The remains of Senator Okey Ezea, a serving member of the 10th National Assembly representing Enugu North Senatorial Zone, arrived in Enugu on Wednesday. The body was received at the Air Force Base of the Akanu Ibiam International Airport by family members, colleagues, and sympathizers. Senator Ezea passed away tragically at the age of 62 on November 18th last year. Recall that his son, Jidofo Ezea, announced in a statement that a senator died at a private hospital in Lagos after a brief illness. For insights into the mood of the state ahead of further arrangements, we are joined remotely now by Honorable Harrison Ogara, member representing Ibueze South in the Enugu State House of Assembly. Of course, he's been on the show before speaking about the life and times of Senator Okey Ezea. And they do have a lot in common, even beyond party lines. They are, most importantly, friends. Honorable Ogara, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Natalia. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, Enugu people.
It's great to have you. And I really wish we could connect on, happier matters. But somehow we always, connect on this note. And it's really a sad one for Enugu, Honorable Ogara. So let's just get right to it. What was the mood at the Akanu Ibiam International Airport? And what's the mood right now in Nsukka? We understand that his remains have been deposited at the Bishop Shanahan Hospital. Could you walk us through what's really happening as we wait for the night of tributes?
Yes, the mood is that of solemnity, where people are reserved, calm, angry because the senator died abruptly, unprepared. Nobody saw it coming. It was a moment of grief for the entire people of Enugu North and indeed Enugu State. His friends and well-wishers were grieving and we are mourning. The mood is simply that of mourning mood. His body arrived the Air Force Base in Enugu here, like you said, on Wednesday. And we took the mortal remains down to Nsukka the same Wednesday and deposited him at the Bishop Shanahan Hospital morgue. And our arrival to Nsukka, even though unannounced, we were surprised to meet a mammoth crowd of sympathizers, wailers, waiting for the corpse. That shows you how deeply we feel losing Senator Okey Ezea at this material point in time.
Oh. Well, it's so sad, and I can understand this individual is also like a mentor to you. I know that, talking about this could, be bringing all the rails of all you have been through with him, in the past years and all that. But talk to us about his life and times and one or two things we can learn from this individual. Being a stalwart in Enugu State, it's sad that he is going to be, attached or late to his name, right?
Thank you. Like I earlier stated in your station, one thing I've learned from him, and I hold dear to my heart, is he spent chance to having his people at his heart. He has this deep compassion about what happens in his zone with his people. He cared. He showed love to his people. He made sure his people were defended at all fronts. If you paid attention to what Senator Okey said during the Abuja Nights of Tribute, he said he had worked with Senator Okey Ezea for a long period of time. And at every point, every turn, what you hear Ezea say, what do we have for my people? At every point in time, he is talking about making his people benefit from government. Secondly, he has always tried to play a role of setting the record straight in terms of leadership recruitment exercise. He would want elections to be done in proper manner, where people will be recruited into leadership positions without being rigged in. And my heart bleeds that he was not there yesterday or 2 days ago to lend his voice to the current confusion coming from the Senate over a tiny issue about transmission of electoral results straight to the IREF during elections. And we expected that if he was there, his voice would have been very high. And then all of a sudden, he's no longer there. And we are feeling that vacuum. We are feeling his absence in the Senate. Otherwise, he would have been part of this clip of video you showed, led by distinguished Senator Engineer Abaribe, protesting what amounted to be a coup on the floor of the Senate. You can imagine where educated people are talking about transfer and transmission as if they are just primary school people who don't understand the difference between the two. It's bizarre. It's terrible.
It is really tragic what is happening. I mean, that voice would have been crucial in this conversation, because I even confessed in the last segment that I was confused by it, and I'm not going to pretend that I understand it, and I really hope they can break it down beyond just in the pace of their voices. Essentially, Honorable Ogara, I mean, this is really sad, but I would like us to focus on the late Senator Okey Ezea. What more should Enugu know about the funeral arrangements, and, you know, how are we going to give him his final honor? I would also like to know your reaction to the valedictory session held at the Senate in his honor.
Yeah, the program of his interment has started on 3rd. With what you saw at the floor of the Senate, where the senators paid their last respect to this fallen hero. If you watched closely, the session took longer than normal, where every senator wanted to speak how they felt about the exit of Senator Okey Ezea. So it shows me more that he was more of a good man at the Senate who had friends across geopolitical zones. And then I was happy that the senators spoke glowingly about him. Going forward, we expect that by 10th of this month, we're going to have another night of tribute in Enugu here at Amadio Event Center by 5 p.m.
Let's talk about that as well, because we know that there is a secular, circulating. There is some program circulating that typically says that this night of tributes would be held at Hotel Presidential. Has it changed?
Yes, it has changed. It's now at Amadio Event Center.
At Amadio Event Center?
Yes, no longer Hotel Presidential.
All right, and that's at 5 p.m. on the 10th. That's next week, Tuesday.
Sure, on 10th. Then from there, on 12th, which should be the Ewe Keep, the Nigerian Bar Station. In fact, the judiciary will have what they call a valedictory court session in his honor, presided over by Honorable Justice Ozemena at the Enugu High Court. That will happen on 12th by 10 a.m., after which we proceed to Ichi, where the wake-up will be on till the next day, which is 13th, for his eventual interment.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Ogara, for sharing these insights on the show. Have you been in contact with his family, his son? How is everyone doing? Are they okay at this point? What's the general mood within the family?
Like I said, the general mood is just a morning mood. However, we are trying to put things in order to receive the guests that will come to be part of this burial event. So we are ready to receive our guests. While we are mourning, we are not keeping our hands full.
Mm-hmm. Is the family getting enough support? Have they received? Could you paint a picture of the kind of support?
In terms of support, in terms of support, it has been overwhelming. It has been huge, both from the state government, the governor of Enugu State threw his weight behind and sent in support that change the color of the planning.
All right, that's great to hear. That means that Enugu has moved beyond the party lines. That's really great, of course, in this regard.
Yeah, actually, yes. I didn't know it was going to happen this way. Because all along, I've always thought that we are not friends. But maybe when somebody dies, you see friends coming in to show love. And I was surprised that we are going beyond party lines to say, no, we lost the
in politics, no permanent friend, no permanent enemy. It's just interest.
That's correct. Yeah. That's correct. That's correct.
Right. And then also putting it in perspective, I don't think he was about enemies, because we saw the message that was dropped as soon as he passed on by the state governor. So that is very, very metaphorical. So we say, what's the word now? Just comparative, so to speak. It's not the situation as it exists.
The statement put up by His Excellency, the governor of Enugu State, was good, where he said there are certain things you can accuse of Senator Okey Ezea, accuse him of, but you cannot deny him where he belongs in any matter. In other words, he's almost always straightforward in what he's doing.
All right.
Well, first, he's human before being a politician. So
that's right.
When putting out something like that, is him feeling firsthand the pain of losing this such big individual.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Ogara, for joining this and, of course, bringing this to the fore, for speaking out for your friend. And we hope that when we are at the night of tribute, to be able to catch you unawares. Thank you once again, Honorable Ogara.
You can't catch you unawares, Natalia. I will not be looking for you.
All right. Thank you once again. And, we deeply sympathize with you, the rest of the party, the family members most especially, and, of course, the Senate and colleagues in the industry as they do bear this loss. And Afia TV will be on ground to, of course, bring all of the insights to the, TV screens of our viewers, because everybody must be a part of this. He really lived a strong life. I'll quote what SSA to the governor of mainstream media, Dan Wome, said at my uncle's night of tribute. He said, it's not about how long, it's about how well. Did Senator Okey Ezea live well? I think he did. Thank you once again, Honorable Ogara, for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you.